Despite numerous calls from various students, formations, faculty, and personnel, the second semester and the school year still pushes through. The calls for ligtas na balik eskwela and walang iwanan UP continue to fall on deaf ears as the community struggles more with the current training setup.
With the ongoing health and economic crisis which hinders the education sector to fully grasp their right for a safe, accessible, and quality education, the youth should continue to move forward and fight for an education system that we all deserve.
The welfare of students and teachers must be the utmost priority of the state and academic institutions in the policies that are being implemented to ensure that the delivery of our right to education remains unhampered. Genuine student and faculty representation in administrative matters, immediate distribution of overdue salaries, benefits, and incentives to education personnel, allocation of budget for financial and technological assistance, halting of tuition and other school fees increase, transparent assessment of the remote learning setup, and extensive health and wellness programs are just few of the many steps that authorities must take to ensure accessible and quality education amid the pandemic.
The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the necessity of honing more scientists from the masses. Scientists that assist in developing strategies and innovating ways to handle these crises. However, with the way that the state has unscientifically handled it, it has effectively slowed down the holistic educational development of its future scientific workforce. And clearly, as the state repeatedly shuns the call for safe laboratory and field return, for a more evidence-based and humane handling of this health crisis, more and more student scientists will see the need to struggle, to take up the laboratories of the street instead, and to struggle for their rights with the masses.
In a time where disinformation and misinformation are rampant, statistics plays a crucial role in exposing the truth and presenting facts related to the pandemic. Statisticians are working vigorously to provide the public with comprehensive yet easy-to-digest studies that tackle the development and effects of the health crisis. With statistics and data, we are able to draw comparisons and assess the progress of different services and programs being implemented. Decision-making is easier and more efficient when there is a scientific basis because we could explain what is currently happening and predict what it would be like in the future. That is why it is only when we take into account and focus our attention to statistical research, we will be able to come up with a more concrete and effective response to the pandemic.
Gamitin po natin ang Go, Grow at Glow. Go out and integrate with the basic masses. Alamin natin ang mga karanasan nila para mas maging active tayo sa pagpapalaganap ng reliable information. Grow natin ang habit as media students and as future media practitioners na maging mapagmatsyag sa mga nababasa natin online. Mabuti na tayo mismo ay mag-fact check ng mga nakita natin pero hindi lamang dito nagtatapos yun. Glow, literal na glow. Spark discourse, be open to discussion at sa pagbumungkahi. Kung tayo man ay maging biktima ng misinformation, maging open tayo sa pamumuna. Sumali rin tayo sa mga organizations at dumalo at magpadalo sa mga on-ground activities para lumakas palalo ang mga panawagan natin, lalo na sa pag-ensure na makakuha tayo ng free, accessible, and quality education.
At a time of a pandemic where health issues should be the state's primary concern above all other matters, we see how the youth's democratic rights are constantly and blatantly under attack in the current regime. However, this has not prevented the youth to continuously be well-informed and aware of society's deep-rooted problems, encouraging us to be united and take action against any repressive measure while seeking accountability. This has also exposed the reality that we are not alone in any fight, hence the need to join the broad masses in struggling for lasting change, even in the education system.
Art has always made collective action irresistible. When faced with the fascist regime, it is the mandate of the artista ng bayan to echo the chants of the masses into prose or poetry so that it may ring loud enough that its shrill crescendo may shatter illusions. The artista ng bayan also performs in the streets what is real and unseen, unheard, and has suffered. The Artista ng Bayan also tells its stories as equally tender to an audience so that they may open their hearts and strum their heartstrings to join the song of the oppressed. That's a lot of things and that takes a lot of skills. Kaya naman, kinakailangan makabalik ng mga artista ng bayan sa santuaryo ng malaya at mapagpalayang paglikha dahil ang kasalukuyang remote learning setup ay palpak. Kinakailangan natin matuto maigi kasama ang masa kung paano lumikha ng mga obra na tunay na isusulang ang ating kampanya para sa isang nasyonal, makamasa at siyentipikong edukasyon. Kailangan na natin ito ipaglaban gamit mismo ang armas ng arte at literatura.
In the past year under lockdown, our education has been confined to solving prob sets, crunching lab data remotely, or designing projects waiting to be implemented. However, bilang mga inhinyero ng bayan, our pursuit for national development continues. We must redefine development as one that effectively and efficiently solves the most essential problems of the people, especially amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. And the only way to it is through free, accessible, and quality education.
After I interviewed a number of students from my institution, I have discerned that slow internet connection, lack of conducive spaces, adequate learning materials, and a little to no feedbacks through activities from the professors are still the main stumbling blocks of AIT students to quality and accessible education. As a result, a decrease of time in discussion was made and workloads of students increased in return, in which is an inverse learning scheme of education if compared to face-to-face setup. Albeit understandable, it is not still the best way for students to learn their subjects, for education remains compromised.
We, the Rise for Education Alliance UP Diliman, formally invite you to the first day fight on March 1, 2 p.m. at UP Diliman. Let us stand together and be at the forefront in campaigning for Ligtas na Balik Eskwela.
The campaign for the
Ligtas na Balik Eskwela.
Urges us to collectively
To rise and fight for
our right
To education.